Hello and welcome to another Sprues and Brews unboxing. Today we're looking at the brand new releases for the Combined Army for Infinity with the Next Wave Action Pack, the Juggernaught and the pre-order exclusive Glyph Warcor. So first of all I want to say massive thanks to Corvus Beli for sending these over. This is a really exciting one because these haven't even been unveiled to the world until today when the video goes up. And yeah, the Combined Army has had a massive glow up for Infinity with an awesome looking action pack, jam-packed models, the brand new Juggernaught and the Glyph Warcor, which I believe is going to be a pre-order exclusive if you pick up the bundle with these in, that I assume is up for pre-order today. So yeah, in the video what we're going to do is have a look at these kits, see how they go together. Then in the second half of the video hopefully we'll have these built and painted to show what they look like in the flesh. But yeah, really excited to check these out. There's been a lot of really cool Infinity models over the last couple of years, and a lot of the factions that I've had kind of less love are getting lots of new models and they're bringing them up to date, so it's really cool to see. So what we're going to do first is have a look at the pre-order exclusive model and see what he looks like. So if we slide out the tray and check him out. Now obviously these are all metal figures, so just take your time because they are a little, the detail, the scale of them is a little bit smaller than say you know, some other miniature games if you've played them in the past. Can be a little bit fiddly to build them, so just take your time and be patient. They are a bit of a smaller scale, so with that they'll have some small parts as well. Corvus Beli stuff's normally pretty good for not having release agent on the parts. If you do find you have difficulty sticking them together, a little bit of soapy water just to clean the release agent off can really help. But yeah, so yeah, he's only in 3 or 4 parts, so it shouldn't be a difficult one to put together. If we look at the Juggernaught next, this really excites me because it looks amazing on the artwork and on the box itself. Let's crack this open and see what we get. Now I assume this is going to be a resin figure. If we pop this open, and it is indeed a resin figure. Now there's no instructions for these, it's going to be a case of checking against the box art, but there's some really nice detail. The big kind of rock that he's standing on looks really cool. If we open up these baggies and have a look at the individual components, this one doesn't seem to be in too many parts. It looks like there's not much in the way of kind of flash and stuff to clean off these. They look really nice. What is this? I wonder what material this is. I know they do some stuff in Restic, do they call it? It's like more kind of plasticky resin. But really clean, really nice. No cleaning up on these parts at all. A few little bits. But yeah, on the whole, really nice. So, not a massive job cleaning these, hopefully. If we open up the final bag as well. Obviously with no instructions, it'll be a case of just checking off against the box art to work it out. They've not got a million pieces, these models, so it shouldn't be too difficult. So you've got some little arms and hands and bits in there, and the sword. But most of the parts are quite big, so it shouldn't be difficult at all getting this guy ready for combat. Rider's like tiny compared to him. Yeah, these are cool. Robot dinosaur things, that's definitely where I'm at. So yeah, so that is the Juggernaught, and then finally we'll just have a quick look at the action pack itself. So these normally have like 10 figures and they form like the core of your force. Really nice way of getting started with Infinity if you are interested in the game, because it gives you a nice assortment of models, and then you can always pick up some other individual kits then to add to it, but gives you a decent start for the game, which is really cool to see. Now in here, obviously a lot of these are going to be in little baggies, so don't want to mix them all up before we build it, but you'll see they're all bagged individually in here. What we will do at the end of the video is have all these built up and painted so we can see what they look like in the flesh. But yeah, have them all in individual bags. Normally they'll be bagged together with the same components, so it will be a little easier to to work out who's who. Sometimes weapon arms and stuff might be in a different baggie. But like I say, at the end of these, well, these are all built and painted, so we can have a proper look at what they look like. So you can see there as an example, we've got some weapons that we might need to just find the matching bodies for. But on the whole, all the parts should be bagged together with the corresponding parts, so we've got an idea of who's who. Another couple there. And then there is one resin figure in there as well. And it looks like it's the kind of Velociraptor style creature on there as well. Again, at the time of filming this, I'm not sure what these units are. Hopefully I have some more details for the second half of the video so I can tell you kind of which are which. But yeah, that is a look at the new model. So what we're going to do now is jump to the future where I'll have these built and painted and have a look at what they look like in the flesh. So I've been furiously painting away and I've got all of the new releases painted up. And I've got to say, they are really, really cool. Really, really nice figures. I've not painted that much Infinity in the past. I really liked the kind of like visuals of the game. It's very cyberpunk, very sci-fi, and you know, I'm a Necromunda fan, so very similar kind of game system. That said, Infinity is a bit more complex than Necromunda, but these new models are phenomenal. I mean, we've got cool AI robot dinosaurs. Can't go wrong with that. Such a cool model. Obviously, the majority of these models are metal, so bear that in mind if you've not built and painted any metal models. They can be a little bit frustrating if you're new to it. One of the main things with glue and stuff, obviously you have to super glue them together. These are quite small figures with some small parts. There's like 6 or 7 metal parts on most of these infantry, and you'll find that if the pieces don't stick, you know, well with the super glue, give it a bit of a clean because there might be a release agent on there that stops them sticking. I had a few that were a little bit finicky to build, but just take your time, have a little bit of patience, and they look amazing when they're built up. I mean, this guy is awesome, isn't he? I've tried to follow the box art as much as I can. At the time of kind of filming this, I've not had any other reference pictures. It's only just gone up for pre-order as I'm filming this outro now. And the video will be out a couple of days after that, so I've not had many images to go by, but I really liked the kind of white, metal and red scheme that they'd used on the box art, so tried to replicate it as best I could. It didn't take too long to paint them up either. Obviously I could go back in the future and add some more detail, but this is quite a rough and ready scheme for these. But yeah, I think it works. And again, very, very nice models. These guys are really cool. Like I say, this box, well, all 3 of these are up for pre-order now. We've got the figure we'll show in a little bit is the pre-order exclusive that you can get for ordering these bundles. I've got the big box with the 10 fighters in, which will do you for like kind of making an initial gang, and then you've got the big heavy dinosaur monster thing as well, which is very cool. I really like this guy. This was one of the ones that was quite fiddly to build. His kind of prongs on the jump pack that he's got are quite heavy because obviously this is all metal, so getting him to stick was a little bit of a challenge. And I think the legs were 2 pieces, the body was a couple of pieces, we've got 2 separate arms on there, so yeah, it was a lot of parts. So just build them in segments, take your time, let that dry properly before you move on to the next one. Otherwise you might get a little bit frustrated. If you've built metal models before, you'll be new to this, but if you're used to like plastic models, you're going to find it a little bit trickier. Not to say that they're not fun to build, but I guess there's different things that you need to keep in mind. Plastic models are quite forgiving to build, where metal ones, you do run the risk of having super glue everywhere and parts stuck to your fingers if you don't take your time. So just take your time, clean them if you need to, make sure you get all the flash and everything off the models as well, and then stick them with a decent super glue, and then once they're all stuck together, give them a proper prime, because with metal models you want to get that primer all over them to get a decent coverage so the paint sticks to them, and then just paint them like you would any other model. What I would say, if you're going to be playing with them, it might be worth varnishing them, because you might find with metal figures the paint will chip as you picking them up and using them and moving them and stuff. So that is something you might want to keep in mind, because they're gorgeous models and you don't want to ruin the paint job on them. So These are still wet from me painting these up for the video, but once they're done, I will get them kind of coated in varnish just to protect them, so I don't ruin the model while playing. One thing to note about Infinity as well, you can probably see there's little indicators to show where the kind of the front of the model is, because your facing does matter in games of Infinity. So yeah, make sure when you build them, that line on the front, if I'm going to focus, that line on the front wants to kind of align with the way the model is pointed. So you see there, that's kind of the way she's looking there. But yeah, really, really nice models. I'm looking forward to more of these coming out, because I really want to paint some more because they're cool. You do also get like a named character in the box as well. She's very cool. And there's all sorts of like, I get a real kind of Ghost in the Shell and Evangelion vibe from these. There's lots of kind of anime influences in there. And she is very, very cool. Really, really nice model. So that's the action pack, I think it's called, the initial box with the 10 figures in. Alongside it, you've got the big guy. And this was an incredible model to paint up. Really, really fun. You can see kind of like the organic elements underneath that, and then you've got the more kind of high-tech elements on top, like the shielding and everything. Gives it, I mentioned Evangelion, I kind of got a Ava vibe from this thing. You can imagine that it's you know, a creature under there, restrained and controlled by all this technology on top of them. And then you've got the rider behind with his sword. But yeah, really, really big model. If we get another guy for comparison, this thing is huge and quite heavy as well. Resin model, I think, Restic, I think they call it. It's like a plastic resin. Really, really nice to paint over. Went together really nicely as well. It might be controversial, but I'd like Corvus Beli to do more in this material rather than metal, because it is so much nicer to paint and build and easier. And obviously the glue sticks to the resin much better. So yeah, very, very cool model, and I hope we get some more in different poses, because again, I want to paint some more because they're really cool. If you do, you know, if you want to do multiples of these, they are in that same pose, so hopefully they do another one with a different weapon loadout for the guy, maybe, because I think he'd be fun to paint up. And then finally, if you pre-order the bundle that is up now, you do get this free Warcor, I think he's called. Again, really, really nice model. I've added some red to the cloak just to tie it into the red of the other models, but quite a sinister looking cybernetic AI looking guy. So yeah, very, very, very cool. So yeah, that is the look at the next wave releases for Infinity. I really like Next Wave as a faction. They look really cool, and if this is the kind of the way they're going to go with the kind of future range, then I am all in for that. They normally do a couple of kind of follow-up boxes with another couple of models to pad out what's in these kind of forces, and then presumably as we get new model refreshers, we'll get them in this new style as well. But very, very cool. I do have a full write-up over on spruesandbrews.com as well, where I've got some more images of these, a bit of a write-up of how I found building them and painting them, and some more shots of the kits and everything. So head over to spruesandbrews.com if you're interested in that. Again, massive thanks to Corvus Beli for sending these over. Really, really cool models, and I can't wait to paint some more. And yeah, if you have enjoyed the video, want to give us a like, give us a follow. Let us know if you play Infinity. Are you looking to pick these up? Is it something that you've been interested in playing? But yeah, until next time, have a great week, and we'll see you soon.